Okay, everybody, let me light this off. Now you can see right there that the month is in the middle, 1. The day is right there, the 22nd. The year is to the left, the 16th. Okay, 1/22/16. Okay, this audio file began at 8:21 a.m. Okay, it's about 13 minutes and 30 something seconds, I think, long. This is me at Ross Grocery Store off of La Jolla Village Square Drive, folder 1, file 54. Okay, the month is to the left. The year is to the left, 16. The month is in the middle, 1. The date is to the right, 22. File began at 8:21 a.m., folder 1, file 54. Now, the reason why I'm showing you all of this information right at the beginning of this video is because I'm going to talk to you first before I play this audio file. Once I do start it, I'll show you that I'm going to be starting this particular one by pressing the play button when I do it. And when I do press the play button, the green light will come on in order to be able to prove that this is the selected audio file that's being transferred from the tape recorder to the video camera. Let me adjust the volume now so it's not too loud. Because what I'm going to do is when I do start playing it, I'm going to rest after I show you that it's being played by the green light coming on. After I press play, is I'm going to take the speaker and hold it up close to the microphone of the video camera. Alright, I think it's essential that I prove to you that it is the audio file that I'll be transferring by first showing you that I'm pressing play before I move the speaker of the tape recorder close to the microphone of the video camera, because once I do that, you won't be able to see anything except for the speaker. Now, I'm going to turn this video camera around right now and make a few statements. I might appear a little bit blurry because this is the kind of video camera that when you do a close-up, like I just showed you, so I could show you the date and time of the audio file. When you do a close-up on any object or whatever, for some reason, then when you go to hold the video camera a little bit more distance from anything, it doesn't appear to be that as clear as you could see the tape recorder. So I don't know how well you're seeing me right now. I won't know it until I upload the video camera. I won't know it until I upload the video file to YouTube. Pay close attention to my statements. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I live in La Jolla, okay, San Diego County. I am a target victim and activist, a continued target victim and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. Okay, I have been made homeless as a result of being a victim of this crime. Now, pay close attention to my statements, very carefully and very closely. And there's going to be probably segments in this video where I'll talk pretty fast in order to be able to condense as many details as I can in the time period that this pertaining to the length of this video. Hold on. I apologize for smoking. I hate smoking on video, but I just got to this area and I'm kind of exhaling from my day. Alright, so check this out. Fellow American citizens, well, first thing, go to go to Google and type in UCSD and Law Library Out of Networking Gang Stalking. Now, I mentioned that in probably about 98% of all my videos that I've made the past 2 years. Okay, it's updated at least 2 to 3 times a week. Now, I want you to understand what I'm getting ready to share with you today in this video pertaining to just 2 of the items that are in that blog alone. Well, I'll probably say more, but right now I'm going to be specific about 2. Okay? Now, it's all over the internet that targets of this crime can be subjected to some of the technological resources that these perpetrators are perpetrating towards specific target individuals. Okay? Some of them are called directed energy weapons. Now, when you start to hear me describe these things, if you don't know anything about these crimes at all, you're gonna think to yourself, "What the hell is this woman talking about?" You might think this to yourself. You might say to yourself, "This woman's crazy. I mean, what does she mean? I don't understand." Understand, please. If you're a mature individual, okay, this video basically is being geared towards mature individuals who, because I guarantee you right now, okay, if you research every description that I state in this video, and then research each description, then cross-reference the material that comes out, okay, then synthesize it together in order to be able to see at least the picture of what I'm explaining to you. So you'll see that what I'm describing is the absolute literal truth. Okay. Now let me just take a couple more puffs off the cigarette and then I'll put it out. I'm gonna drink a swig of water here. Now, me personally, I have been on national radio shows exposing this crime through the grace of Clyde Lewis's Ground Zero show. This crime has also been covered on local news broadcasts in many states. It's also been covered on national TV shows. Now, I began to talk about a little bit about some specific types of technological resources that the perpetrators of gang stalking, organized stalking, can perpetrate against specific target individuals. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm also going to make this statement. I'm just going to interject it real fast. If anybody comes to this area that I'm at while I'm making this video and afterwards, today's date is January 22nd, 2016, okay? No matter how they act, no matter what transpires, no matter what they say verbally or how normal they act verbally and or physically, no matter who it is, it will be organized stalking, gang stalking related, a staged event. Now, I literally have to make these kinds of prediction statements because of what I'm experiencing and have, okay? Now, if you go to YouTube right now, for instance, you can go to YouTube and you can type in, I'm going to give you some, right now I'm going to spell out to you some descriptions so you can see, so you can research the names of what I described. V2K, remote neural monitoring. V2K stands for voice to skull. Now, again, I'm just going to interject here just real fast. Bear with me just one more second. If you've never heard of these terms before and they sound crazy to you, all you have to do, instead of saying, this is bullshit, I got other things to do, go do your other things and then come back and research what I said. Trust me, you will be glad you did, because this is going to open up your eyes and it's going to make your jaw drop. Literally. So, V2K is called voice to skull, okay? Remote neural monitoring, the microwave hearing effect, okay? Let's see what else, psychotronics, okay? Neural implantation, okay? And gang stalking, organized stalking. And so this right here, bugsweep.com, www.bugsweep.com, www.surveillanceissues.com. Go to YouTube and type in Jesse Ventura, Brain Invader Show. Okay. What is shown on that show, even though organized stalking and gang stalking I don't think is mentioned outright, is individuals being targeted with what is known as V2K, their hearing voices, and directed energy weapons. Jesse Ventura did a show on it. Robert Duncan is in that show. He flat out admits that the targets of this type of crime are not being abused, they're being tortured. Okay? Now, Robert Duncan is also all over YouTube exposing how this crime is combined with organized stalking and gang stalking. You can also go to YouTube and Google and type in John Hall Satellite Terrorism and John Hall and the Alex Jones Show. Okay? Now, fellow American citizens, basically the reason why I brought up the description of these technological capabilities that can be perpetrated against specific organized stalking, gang stalking targets, and most individuals who have doctorate degrees, PhDs, are all saying the same thing, that pretty much all targets are experiencing this. Okay, now, I'm going to get into the two specific things that I was going to state to you that were just recently added to the UCSD and Law Library out of the Networking Gang Stalking blog. Pay close attention. Now, there's a section within that blog titled, where there's an inserted YouTube video that is titled Stalked in San Antonio. That's about two women being gang stalked in San Antonio, shown on a news broadcast being covered on February 17, 2010. John Hall is within that news broadcast, okay? His book is also featured within the news broadcast. Okay, now remember this date. I'm going to name the title of the YouTube video again and then the date it was broadcast. Stalked in San Antonio, YouTube title, February 17, 2010. Now, when you go to that blog, okay, look for that section within that blog. Okay, when you witness the copied and pasted YouTube title and its URL link, you're also going to see right below it an attached PDF link that has Ken 5 towards the end of the name of the PDF link. Click on it. Once you click on it, what you're going to see is a printed out, scanned copy of the transcript of that broadcast. Okay, you're also going to see as well within the same PDF link 2 email files. Okay, I think one of the email files is 2 pages long, the other email is just 1 page long. So you're, I think, looking at 5 pages. Okay, now The transcript has got specific sections within it pertaining to the testimony that each one of these specific individuals and John Hall state within the news broadcast. Within that transcript that was printed out and scanned and attached in the PDF link has got some sections of it that are parenthesized and bracketed with a pen. The reason why I did that is because the testimony that is parenthesized with a pen, okay, pertaining to the transcript of that news broadcast was parenthesized by me. And the reason why I did that is because the added email files that are also part of the PDF link, one from 2006 and one from 2008, clearly show me describing to a identical T some of the same exact testimony pertaining to what had happened to me in 2 separate apartments in Michigan, one in 2006 and another one in 2003 or 4. Okay, now this is 2 separate apartments in Michigan experiencing 2 separate techniques, okay, that both of these women are describing. Identical to a T testimony. That right there proves that I was gang stalked at 2 apartments in Michigan in those calendar years. Now, so when you go to that blog, UCSD and Law Library, Are They Networking Gang Stalking? You're going to be able to see it right in your face. Then you're going to be able to say to yourself, okay, well, these are 2006 and 2008 emails, okay? My testimony came before these other 2 women's testimony, okay, which didn't happen until February 17, 2010. Shows that I was already experiencing this crime way back then because I was describing the same exact identical thing to a T happening to me that these 2 women describe in this news broadcast. Okay, so that proves 2 apartments in Michigan and at least 2 separate calendar years. Gang stalked from one apartment to another. Okay, at least 2 years apart. Okay, 1.5 years, 2 years apart. Okay, at least. Okay, that proves to you the duration, just a portion of the duration of this crime that I was experiencing in Michigan. Today, what I did was, even though this blog was already introduced within that blog, another blog was, its URL link was attached and pasted within the blog that I've already described, the UCSD one. Okay, that blog was written by me on August 1st, 2011, even though it was hacked in by the perpetrators and they added things in it that I did not know until I came to San Diego. When I then, I was in Connecticut when I made that blog. It was a Connecticut blog. I made it. And then it's got stalked from Connecticut to San Diego. Okay. No, I'm sorry, stalked from Michigan to Connecticut in the name of it. It's an experienceproject.com blog. It was made on August 1, 2011, 7 days before I left Connecticut to come to San Diego. And I've been here every day since. Okay. Now, they hacked into it in Connecticut, I believe. Okay. And I didn't know about it until I came to San Diego, brought it up when I was making another blog using the same account, brought it up and noticed that they had hacked into it and added some things in it that I would not even think of putting in it. And I haven't had time to change it. So I just left it the way it was, thinking I'll get back to it later. But within that blog, you flat out see me state that I was sleeping in my bed and that an electrical shock came up through my foot, all the way up through my body, took the air out of my lungs, okay, and violently woke me up. Now you might think, what is she talking about? They're called directed energy weapons. They just tear me out. Now, today what I did was I copied and pasted a coast-to-coast AM radio show, the one where Mike Fitzhugh-Bell and Roger Tulsis is being interviewed by George Noory on the Coast to Coast AM national radio show that was broadcasted on Valentine's Day 2013. I was literally listening to it that night. Okay, now when that video of that show should still be in that blog, because sometimes YouTube will go in and take videos off that are copyrighted pertaining to the radio show that hosted the actual radio show. In other words, sometimes radio shows like Premier Network, which is what Coast to Coast AM uses, they'll have videos taken off the internet from their shows because they want to be able to have you subscribe to their show in order to make money, which I think is only like 13 cents a day. And if you subscribe to Coast AM, become a member, you can then research all the archives to watch their show. So what I'm saying is that I've noticed at times that some of Coast AM radio shows have been taken off YouTube. This actual broadcast, though, that I found on my phone within this last 7 days, I saved it and put it in my playlist on my YouTube channel and then pasted it within the blog today. Now you might think to yourself, well, why am I even talking about this? Hear me out. Now, there's two things concerning this. I haven't posted the second yet, but I did talk about it way back in 2013 or 14 in a YouTube video. Hear me out. Now, within this national radio show, Valentine's Day 2013, Coast AM, George Noory interviewing Mike Fitzhugh-Bell, who's the author of a book called The Invisible Crime, and Roger Tulsis from Bugsuite.com. Within this radio show on that date, Roger Tulsis is asked by George Noory how long he has been investigating these kinds of crimes. Okay, and he says, well, the very first one that caused him to he was the one who literally named the name of the crime, electronic harassment, which is basically it's like a meme. It's a coined phrase that described some of the technological crimes that can happen to targets. So you can go to Google and YouTube and type in electronic harassment and gang stalking. Roger Tulsis says he's the one who actually coined that phrase in that radio show. Hear me out. Now, on this particular radio broadcast, after George Noory asked Roger Tulsis how long he's been investigating this crime, he said he started thinking about it for a second, and then he said, well, and then he described a case that he dealt with back in the early 1970s. And listen to what he described. He said that an elderly couple was electrically shocked as they were sleeping in their bed back in the 1970s. They hired him to investigate it. He didn't describe how they discovered, okay, what the guy was doing in the apartment next door, because then he would have had to disclose too much pertaining to how he got in that guy's apartment. But he said he discovered that the individual, who was a physics major from UCLA, had contacted a huge apparatus to the wall and was sending electrical phenomenon through the ceiling, using the structure as the conduit in order to directly send these electrical shocks to the victim. Now, it's also done through physiological access too, which means that probably it was working with remote neural monitoring. It's very complex and sophisticated technology, just trust me on this. And it's no directed energy weapons are again, in the Brain Invader show, they're all over the internet in reference to being a subcrime of what gang stalking targets are experiencing by the perpetrators. I mean, all you gotta do is Google and YouTube directed energy weapons and gang stalking. Okay? Just do it, and you'll see I'm telling you the truth, and every other target individual is as well. Lisa Becker, who's on the Brain Invader show with Jesse Ventura, is talking about how she's being subject to directed energy weapons. So, this blog was written by me on August 1st, 2011. 2 years, let's see, August, September, October, November, January, February, 2 years and 5 months later, this show is broadcasted on the national radio show, Coast to Coast AM with George Noory, and he's sharing the same exact identical testimony, that this individual placed this apparatus as a contact on his wall in order to send these electrical phenomenons through the ceiling, okay, through the structure of the condo in order to try and drive these elderly couples out by shocking them while they were sleeping. Now, fellow American citizens, here's the second thing that's identical. In one of my blogs, I'm not sure if it's in a Connecticut one or not, I made statements about these filthy red-ass animals entering that same apartment that I experienced the shock in, and taking my blinds when I wasn't home, and taking the blinds off the windows and throwing them on the floor. Now, as I was listening to this Valentine's Day show with George Noory and Mike Fitzhugh-Bell and Roger Tulsis, Mike Fitzhugh-Bell was talking about his book, The Invisible Crime, which I bought. I got it hidden in a separate area right now. So I bought it. And when it came in, I read most of it. And guess what it states in this book that wasn't published until at least 5-6 months after that blog was written? that someone had entered his apartment and took his blinds off his windows and threw them on the floor. So, I'm going to tell you something, fellow American citizens. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I've also mentioned in other blogs and videos about how these little filthy perpetrators will use homeless people against a target. I've been complaining about homeless men being used, and women, being mostly men though, being used against me going all in here in San Diego and in Michigan and even in Connecticut. Ever since pertaining to San Diego, ever since at least early 2012. Okay, in many different separate neighborhoods. Now, what I'm getting ready to play you right now is a 13-second long audio file. I want you to pay close attention to what I'm going to describe to you right now. One of the main things that they do towards me, I'm not going to get out my phone and play some Instagram. In fact, I think I'm going to. I might as well while I'm sitting here talking to you. It's going to take a second for this to come up, so I'll just explain to you what you're going to hear while I'm waiting for the phone to boot up. One of the things that they've been doing to me, see, part of the crime of gang stalking, organized stalking, is to mentally, just one aspect of this crime, okay, is to mentally harass you every day, everywhere you go, overtly and at times directly, okay, using usually what is known as sensitization methods, where they will prop up useful idiots, dupe community members to get around you and even approach you and have them repeat the same exact identical words, phrases, physical gestures, and repeat the same exact kind of sounds and everything. Once they know they have you sensitized through it, they would then continue to use this in order to send an overt mental message to you that this is intentionally happening because of gang stalking. It's called classically conditioning you to be sensitive to a stimuli, the stimuli being whatever they have you sensitized to, and then whenever it's repeated around you, which they intentionally overtly let you know it's done on purpose, that then reminds you that it's because of gang stalking. As a result, you stay mentally preoccupied with it because of how often it's reintroduced. What they've been doing with me, at least since I'd say probably October 2012, is repeating the same exact words and phrases around me. They are as follows: gang stalk, oh my god; gang stalking, oh my god; gang stalker, oh my god; gang stalk, suck my dick; gang stalk, crazy; gang stalk, weird; gang stalk, oh my god; crazy, oh my god; weird, oh my god; suck; gang stalk, dick; gang stalk, suck; suck dick. In that way. 1,000 audio files don't lie, and this harassment is identical every day, everywhere I go. Okay? Now, I caught it on at least 3 separate audio files, on at least 2 or 3 separate audio files today. I'm going to play you a 13-minute one section of one of the 3. Of me being in Ross grocery store. I got on at least 250 audio files of this occurring towards me at Ross grocery store off of La Jolla Village Square Drive, and the same exact verbal harassment was caught being said around me at a Ross grocery store off of Friars Mission Center back in 2012, which I even had to call the cops on them. Back in 2012. There's a video online literally showing me complaining to the San Diego police about it being said towards me as the video camera is focused on that specific Rouse. Now, I move out to La Jolla in 2012, and it's been said in this Rouse store at least 250 times. That means 250 separate audio files of it being repetitively said around me, just in this Rouse. And when I mean just in this Rouse, I mean pertaining to me just talking to you about the Ross grocery store. It's also said along all my routes as well. So before I play you this 13-second long audio file, I want you to listen to see if you hear any of these words said. But the main reason why I'm playing you this audio file is I want you to listen to how a homeless man starts bothering me. He starts yelling at me because he claims I'm looking at his groceries. Then when he wouldn't leave me alone, I said, get out of here. Okay? Then he starts saying to me that he's going to call security on me for harassing him. Now, I'll explain to you why he's saying this in a second. First, I want you to listen to this audio file right here. This is a 15-second long one. Instagram only allows you to make a 15-second long video or audio file. Instagram is a specific type of internet platform. Okay, this is a 15-second long segment of an event that took place towards me on Thanksgiving Day 2013 Gilman Road in La Jolla. I want you to listen to how these two men are saying gang stalk together. Then one says gang stalking. Then that same one says gang stalking, I'll F you up. This particular audio file. Hold on a second. Now this particular... Hold on. This particular, again, this is only 15 seconds of that segment. The whole entire event was caught on a tape recorder. It's been uploaded to video files online, and this is only 15 seconds of that segment. This is only a 15-second segment of that event. Now, I want you to hear how these men are saying gang stalk, gang stalking, and gang stalking. I'll fuck you up. Listen. What I'm going to do is play you a segment of me being on a bus in Yucca Valley, California, 160 miles away from where the event happened at that you just heard. Yucca Valley, California is 160 miles away from La Jolla, which is where the event that you just heard took place at. Okay? Now, this occurred on a Yucca Valley bus route Landers 11 months before. Do you hear a man say gang stalk and then a woman just flat out say gang stalking? This is just two of over 1,000 audio files at least of this shit being said around me repetitively, at times constantly, including while people are laughing practically to my face as it's happening. The first one that was played to you concerning the La Jolla event that happened on Thanksgiving Day 2013 was played at least to 9 separate San Diego police officers, okay, on at least 4 different dates, pertaining to 4 different occasions, 4 different locations, and to UCSD campus police at least 4 times. They all denied hearing it. Okay, so what I'm going to do to you right now, remember how I said when I play this audio file to you, remember when I said that when I play this audio file to you, I'm going to press play, you're going to see the green light come on, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this tape recorder up to the microphone of this camera. If anybody approaches me while I'm transferring the audio from this tape recorder to the video camera, it will be directly connected to gang stalking. Okay? Now you're going to see me press play right now. Listen for these words and phrases being said, and then also listen for how this homeless guy is treating me and the things he's saying, and then how he's acting pertaining to my responses to what he's saying to me. Listen to it. This is occurring in Ross grocery store today. This is when it happened today. Suck dick, dig it, gang stalk, oh my god. Sorry, I dropped it because I was looking for my lighter. Let me find my lighter real fast. Shit. Alright, hold on a second. Alright, I'm going to start it over. Okay. Alright, listen. See, it's the same audio file. I'm going to press play right now. Shit. I accidentally hit record. Alright, listen. Listen closely. Same audio file. Okay, I'm pressing play. The green light's going to come on. See if you hear suck dick, can't stop, oh my god. See if they try and steal any of my shit.
At my groceries, you fucker.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you gross ass homeless fuck.
Look at you.
Dude, I'm not using groceries, bitch.
Bye.
You ain't bye. Look at you, you're fucked up. You got no fucking teeth. Look at mine. Beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Beautiful.
Bye-bye.
You're gross.
Bye-bye.
Security.
Bye.
See, these are...
Bye-bye.
You ain't bye. Dude, you want to call fucking security right now? You're harassing me. I'm a customer here.
Bye-bye.
Stop harassing me, baby.
I'm sitting here minding my own business.
You walked by and started calling me a bunch of names. So get out of here, you little freak.
Yeah, call the fucking security.
They're right over there, buddy.
Call them. You're fucking psycho.
Bye-bye. See what I mean?
The reason why I decided to play this to you is because I wanted you to be able to see what I got to put up with. This was a homeless man. There's copied and pasted emails that I made, okay, that I then made it in Gmail accounts. I've made numerous ones that aren't even uploaded into that blog, but hear me out for a second. I've made numerous email files in the months of, September, October, November, December of 2015, and January of 2016, stating how they're using homeless men. I've also made videos and had hundreds of statements and audio files about how you bring homeless men to my area, my camping areas, my resting areas, my hiking areas, have them start fucking with me, and then accuse me for causing the event. I've also talked about how they will stage events and have people act nice to me verbally while they're approaching me in a threatening physical manner, because the individuals who are propping them up know I wear a tape recorder. That way, when I respond to their physical provocations, it will appear on my tape recorder that they're acting normal. Staged events, street theaters, which just means that it's nothing but a propped up staged event where they play out verbal and physical theatrics to make it appear on my tape recorder that I'm the cause of the problem. Okay? Now you just heard this guy fuck with me, call me a bunch of nasty names, okay? Harass me when I was minding my own business smoking a cigarette right outside of Ralph's, okay? That's why you hear my lighter being clicked, okay? He just approached me, started accusing me of crazy shit, then started threatening me, harassing me, and then telling me that he's gonna call security because I'm harassing him. Now this is the mind games of gang stalking, and they do the same exact thing by tracking me to my hiking areas using GPS tracking on my phone, and then as a result they know where I'm at, and then they bring homeless men up into my areas to assault me, threaten me, physically attempt to try and take my property. That's right. So I'll call the police on them as a result of the events, and so the police can make falsified police reports about my living situation, okay, and also ticket me or arrest me for illegal lodging, illegal trespassing, or illegal encroachment. Go to Google and type in police and gang stalking. This proves that I was telling the truth in these email files about staged events and homeless people that were made through Gmail. Once they were made, they were copied and pasted, into Word document programs, made into PDF links, and then attached in the UCSD and Law Library are the Networking Gang Stalking blog. As a result of copying these Gmail files, it isolated the dates of the statements I was making in them. I copied and pasted them, put them in Word document programs, made them as PDF files, and then attached to PDF links attached them as PDF links into the blog, isolating the date to the statements, proving that I was telling the truth all along, that they're propping up homeless men along my routes and at my camping areas to verbally provoke me to act out while they're blaming me for the events. You understand? Proving I was telling the truth all along. Now, this is just the second of 3 audio files pertaining to what I dealt with today in Rouse. The first one shows people saying suck dick, gang stalk, and so does the third one. The same exact harassment has been caught being, the same exact identical harassment showed me saying the same thing was happening to me at UCSD back in 2013 and 14 and at camping areas, and then it was caught being said by San Diego prosecutors and public defenders on October 23rd, 2015 inside the San Diego courthouse as I was standing in the hallway right outside the courtroom door. That audio was transferred to a video file. That video file is in the blog. The YouTube title says, Learning Disabled Woman Catches San Diego Prosecutors and Public Defenders Saying Gang Stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, suck my dick. It's in the blog. Look for it. Showing that along with all those videos that I made back in 2013 and 14 pertaining to me stating it was happening towards me at a specific hiking area and at UCSD, proving I was telling the truth all along, because I've been saying all along that the harassment is identical to a T, just like the harassment that was described pertaining to how identical harassment that was described by me in the 2006 and 8 emails in Michigan. Okay, the harassment that I said I endured in just in those 2 separate apartments, then the harassment I endured and the electrical shocks that I endured in the 5th apartment in Michigan, which is identical to the testimony in the Coast to Coast AM radio show, Valentine's Day 2013. What more proof do you need? So go to that blog and you'll see I'm telling the truth. If anything happens concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me, at the area where I carved my initials in a tree, okay, the initials of my name, with one of the initials being upside down, it will be directly connected to organized stalking. And as I was making this video, when I stopped talking for a second and I looked up, it's because I thought I seen somebody entering this area. So if anything happens, it will be directly connected to gang stalking. Okay, I'm now recording again, no matter how it comes about or who plays a role in it. And check it out. As a result now of me recording, you can see the red lights on. You can also see today's date, 22nd of January 2016. Okay, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I'm a human trafficking target. I'm also a target for illegal probate control for racketeering, insurance fraud, and human trafficking. And the San Diego government and San Diego police are directly connected to this crime, including other law enforcement in San Diego. Please say a prayer for my safety. What you just heard occurred today. Thank you for listening. Bill Can, RP, reverse, a coded notation pertaining to a specific location. Thank you for listening and have a good day.